Hello, everyone. Went by a pawn shop today and was looking to see if they had any silver for sale. And the guy said, "Well, any silver we got, our owner keeps it." Hello, old country coin collector. Wait till you hear this story. So I go in and tell him, "Well, what would he pay for silver?" You know, not expecting a great offer because it's a pawn shop. Anyway, he said, and I quote, $2 to $3 for a quarter, silver quarter. And I'm mind boggled by that. And then I said, well, what about 50-cent pieces? $5. I'm like, wow. Then I asked, well, how about, he said, $12 for Morgans or 1 ounce silver coins. I'm like, mind blown. Anyway, I went by my regular coin guy today, and guy come in with these. It's obviously cleaned and polished up and everything. Um, and then they're polished, cleaned, whatever. Guy said, well, I got him in change or something. I don't remember exactly how I got him, but he worked for one of the VFWs. And Jack offered him $7.50 a piece for him, which I turned around, offered, got him for 18 from Jack. Because these not polished ones were $10. And I thought, well, this is one way you can get your silver a little cheaper if someone's messed with it, because once they're like this, no one's going to buy them for collectible purposes. Now, the other thing I was doing, I kind of like dug out some stuff that I had in storage here that I couldn't get to very easy, and had a bunch of coins in this thing. All these look like copper, nickel, 50-cent pieces. There's a little bit newer one, 95. Bicentennial, 73, 70. This is almost like that's what they wanted to pay. If I had quarters and wanted to go in there, he said $2 to $3 a piece. I'm like flabbergasted. And then $5 he'd pay for a half. I got a few bicentennials in this stack. Anyway, this is a little tray of coins I've gotten in change. All of this stuff came in change. Now, I don't think there's anything really valuable in here, but I'm certainly not done because I got a bunch of other stuff. Why did I keep a 96 quarter? Oh, it's a little off center on the strike. It's a bit of an error. Yeah, they were. But, that's how a pawn shop is. They offer you much less than what you can probably get elsewhere. Got a thickening rim over here and thin over there. So this is a slight error. Whether it's enough to be called an error coin or not, I don't know. But it is slightly off-centered. But all these are copper nickel 50-cent pieces. We're going to move along to something different here real quick, because this little tray box of stuff here is all, there's really not much in it worth mentioning too much. I got some of this stuff in change. Now, this is 62 penny. Looks uncirculated, like someone set it back, and when I got it in change, it shouldn't have been out there. I'm going to pull out something else that I ain't seen in a while. Mind you, when I bought these, I'm going to show you this card. We'll lay it down and just show you the card. Legendary fighting ships of the U.S. Navy. Speaking of ripoffs, and this tells you the different ships. Now, then Love it. Certificate of authenticity, $5 commemorative coins, and there's only supposed to be 25,000 made. That's the only good thing about it. There ain't very many of them. The bad thing about these guys, here's the case it came in. It's kind of a nice looking presentation case. Open it up, kind of set it down, and then have you have a look at some of this. See, legendary fighting ships, the U.S. Navy. And these are like proof style coins. Problem is they're copper nickel. Oh, that's neat. They look neat. The guy who made these, the designs, I mean, this is the United States, USS United States. These are Marshall Islands coins. That's a neat looking sailing ship design. I like that, even though this is a copper nickel. It said $5 face. And when they sold these, they were saying that you could take them back to the Marshall Islands and spin them. Well, turns out someone tried, I guess. Found out you can't. People wouldn't accept them. This is the USS Monitor. It's kind of a cool looking design. Whoever made these, came up with these designs, they did pretty good work on them. This is the US Olympia, big steamer ship. Couple stacks. I can't tell what kind of guns it is. It looks like at least a double barrel turret. USS Fanning, USS Nichols. Let's see what this one looks like. I mean, the designs on these are wonderful. They're just not worth anything. USS Enterprise, very famous ship in World War II. That's depicting an airplane taking off the deck. And it's showing the island in USS Enterprise. Part of the flight deck, and you can see the little part underneath. And the way they made this ship, they took all the stuff. It was going to be a cruiser or something. Took all the stuff off the deck part and made a flat flying deck on it. It's very interesting how they made some of them things. Let's see, USS Juno. This is probably a destroyer. I'm not really sure what. Of course, the one thing tells you. And there's a very famous one, the USS New Jersey. That's a big battleship, Iowa class. Wonderful design, wonderful look. And then you got a submarine in here, the USS Louisville. But like I said, they offered these for sale at face, $5 a piece. They're not worth $5. Yeah, the Starship too. Yeah, but it was an aircraft carrier. Then they made another one. And if I remember correctly, one of the new Bush class ones is going to be named Enterprise as well. But the 60, I think it was made in 65 or something. Enterprise was a nuclear powered ship. Now I've got more stuff. This is just the bottom half of McDonald's Bank. And what I did was I wrote on these little paper tubes 1930 wheats. So anytime I got these in change, I would put until I got a full row of them. This is a 30, gosh, that's hard to read. Looks like 36. No, it's 37, sorry. That's what's in this. There's only 3 of them in it. But that's because you don't run into them too often. I had a nickel one. And I wrote on here 38 to 59. I don't think there's any war nickels in this. Nope. They're just regular nickels. They're probably in there circulated. So this was just something I used to do when I go through my change. I just kept some out. 1940 wheats. So every one of these wheat pennies in here are from the 40s. This says 1909 to 1929. Well, that might be an interesting look at. And then there's Memorial 59 to 60s. 1950 wheats. S memorials, S mint coins in there. This last tube is just S mint wheat pennies. And it's probably got more than 50 in it. That's one thing I used to do with this. Let's have a look at a couple of these and see what we got. These all came out of circulation. Stuff I found in pocket change. Wow. That's a 19 something. I don't even know if I'll be able to see what it is. 19. I'm going to have to pull it up and look at it. I want to say it's 1919S. Yep, these were in general. That looks like a 1918. And then there's several more from, there's a 13, 1925. Yeah. All these pennies, they all came in change. You know what's in this? This was in storage. Big container. Pop it open and have a look at some of this stuff. Yeah, that was an old penny. Any of those were. Okay. All right. Canadian pennies, dimes, quarters, South American coins. And what's the last one? Lightly circulated nickels, quarter, and a low quality strike. Oh, I roll press. I'm striking now. Let's have a look at that. Okay. The 1940 nickel looks AU to me, maybe. I ain't too bad, but it's just a nickel. Let's see what we got here. 89. Yeah, I see what I'm talking about when I say low quality strike. The number is weak. The whole design looks weak. And it's not really worn too much. I mean, the rim is pretty sharp. It just looks the devil. That's 65. 65. Both of these look like they barely saw any circulation. But we'll put them back in the bag. Continue looking in this. Some of the stuff I ain't seen in more than 10 years. All right. This is gold plated, I believe. So, oh, jeez. I don't know. It looks like it's gold plated, whatever it is, but it ain't really heavy. U.S. Postal Service put it out. And the city, damn if I could pronounce that city. It's in Michigan. All right. Oh, this is kind of cool. 1965 special mint set. Now, what these are, you have your 40% Kennedy in it. 65. Then uncirculated 65 quarter. This isn't really a proof, but they didn't make proofs that year. They made these instead. They're kind of a little bit more than a normal issue, but not quite the same. They had this little special mint set tag in it. If I can get it to focus. It's not working for me. Maybe if I get this up here, you'll be there. Special mint set, and it didn't stay focused long. But anyway, kind of neat. Forgot I had these mint sets almost. Oh, this one will be cool. Bicentennial year set. P&D. These are non-silver ones because they didn't issue the silver ones in this kind of container. But it's got the, you can kind of see the coppery color on the edge of the coin. But they're kind of neat. Just most mint sets never sell for very much. So we'll just stick that back in the envelope. Exactly what's in this last thing. Oh God. Oh God. I forgot I had this. PD&S, Susan B. Anthony dollars. And look at them in little wrappers. Wonderful of Littleton Coin Company to do that. Oh, they're uncirculated. They're certainly not worth much. Matter of fact, at the bank the other day, I went in and walked up to the counter and bought some dollar coins, and they gave me a PD&S Susan B. Anthony dollar coins. The whole set, you know. But Littleton Coin Company is notorious for putting out this kind of stuff. It's really not worth anything. That's the last of what's in this. And there ain't a whole lot of reason to look through all the Canadian coins because they're quarters and dimes and stuff. They're not going to be worth anything. I wonder what South American coins are in this stuff. I'm seeing Mexican coins. I think I'll drop one. Oh, what is this? Oh, that's shinier than hell. Guatemala. That one's kind of worn. And these two are the same design at the end. One looks a little bit better than the other. Oh well. These are just world coins. Probably wouldn't even sell for anything. Back into that box. A couple other boxes. Like I said, I don't hardly remember what's in some of these because I ain't seen them in ages. Right off the bat, I saw something that was kind of interesting. Like Lincoln Kennedy Penny. Someone stamped this. I think that's where that other penny I had came from. One of these kind of things. Yeah. This one looks a little bit better than the one I had out, but it's got Kennedy stamped on the side of it, and then Lincoln. And it tells you some facts about them when they were elected. Kennedy was elected in 1860, or 1960. Lincoln was in 1860. There's 7 letters in each name. Both presidents were slain on Friday. Both were slain in the presence of their wife. Both were directly concerned with civil rights. Both presidents had the legality of elections contested. Kennedy's secretary, Lincoln, warned him not to go to Dallas. Lincoln's secretary, Kennedy, warned him not to go to the theater. Both of their successors were named Johnson, Andrew and Lyndon. Each name contains 13 letters. All the stuff they come up with these things. Both served in the U.S. Senate. Both were Southern Democrats. Well, Abraham Lincoln became a Republican, but unless this is talking about Johnson's. Lyndon was born in 1908. Andrew was born in 1808. Booth and Oswald were both Southerners favoring unpopular ideas. God. Oswald shot Kennedy from a warehouse and hid in the theater. Booth shot Lincoln in a theater and hid in the warehouse. This is comical almost. Booth and Oswald were murdered before trial could be arranged. Lincoln and Kennedy were carried in death on the same caisson. Booth and Oswald were born 100 years apart. Lee Harvey Oswald, John Wilkes Booth. Each name has 15 letters. The stuff they come up with this stuff. Now what else is in here? S. Mint nickels. Some still reprocessed cents. Nothing too special there. Oh, one of the mini coin sets. I did not realize I had one of these in this. That's kind of neat. I'm going to leave that out because... Alright. Oh, here we go. A few Eisenhowers and Susan B. Anthony coins. Don't know why I saved them. These aren't... You don't see these Ike dollars too much. They didn't make a whole lot of them. And they were only a very limited number of years. 71 to 78, I believe. Penny. Complete set of pennies, apparently, all the way up to 89. From 1970. God. And then there's Canadian pennies. Let me go back a little ways. Canadian small cents, 1937 to 56. Don't know if any of them are really worth much. Kind of forgot I had them. Okay, a bunch of stuff just fell out of that envelope. What was this stuff? Oh, this shows zinc pennies and copper pennies from 1982. Ordered it through the mail from Detex Coins. I don't even know if they're still in business. Hard telling. I don't remember what I paid for these. Alright. A couple of 99 Susan B. Anthony's. Oh. A few more of these sets of mini coins. OCC, if you're still out there, I sent you one of those in that. I sent you, didn't you? Looney dollar. Canadian. Not worth anything, really. What's this? Some random world coins, including one with a hole in the middle of it. Neat looking, but not worth anything, really. Like I said, there's stuff in here I ain't seen in ages. More random world coins. I just dropped them. But none of them probably worth anything, really. That felt like aluminum. Okay, there's another one with a hole in the middle of it. But the other one's the one I want to look at. This is a design. Oh, selling ship. I do love selling ships. Well, where'd this come from? Kuwait. It's a Kuwait coin. And I don't see a year on it. Well, if there's a year, it's in such a way I can't read what it says. We're almost through this box. Another small set. I forgot I had that many of these. What are we talking here? Canadian dollar, 1986. Not silver. Not worth much. Canadian 50-cent coin. 87. It's not worth nothing either. I don't even know why I bought these. That must be where all this stuff come out of. It's an empty envelope. I guess it had all this in. Little Mexican coin. 20. 1995. I guess that's probably what was in this. 2 more boxes to look through. Get this one out of the way. Put these back in here because that's where they were. Put all this stuff back in here. Oh. Oh. AG Stacker sticker over. All right. Rolls of nickels. Unfortunately, these are like 40s and stuff. And they're all just nickels. This one I did notice. That black looking one there might be a war nickel. And that darker one might be too, but that one I think might be a war nickel. I don't think any of the rest of these are. Oh, John Jacobs. Nope. The black one's just a regular nickel. No mint mark. Let's look at the other one that was a little bit darker. Yeah, where it is. It's that one. It's a 49. Worn out. Thought there might be a chance it could have been a war nickel. Oh, but turns out it isn't. And now restack them. Put them back in the tube. So I lost control of the tube. Really ain't none of these too valuable. No, John Jacobs, I went to a pawn shop earlier and was asking them if I wanted to sell some quarters, how much would they pay for them? Guy told me $2 to $3 for silver quarters. These are just bicentennials. Almost a whole tube of them. Quarters. $2 to $3 for a silver quarter. I was flabbergasted. $2 to $3. Another roll of nickels that ain't none. Another roll of bicentennials. Full. And he said, there's some wheat pennies, 40s. And he said, $5. This isn't tagged anymore. What's the top coin? 55. These must be 50s. Wheat pennies. That one does have a tag. 50s. 50s. 40s. 40 to 49. This one don't have the tag on it anymore. No, he wasn't selling them. That's what he said he would buy them for. He would pay $2 to $3 for them. $5 is what he would pay for $half. And more another roll of bicentennials. $5 for a $half is what he would pay. And S-mint wheat pennies in a tube. And then another tube of nickels. None of these look like war nickels. This is all stuff I got in my change over the years and just saved it up and stuff. Now I gotta get all these tubes out of the way so I can show you what else is in this without dropping the tubes on the floor and breaking them. Generally speaking, ain't none of them worth much, but no, if he was selling them for that price, if he had them, I would have been backing up the truck for that. But no. And he said $12 he would pay for Morgan dollars and 1 ounce coins. $12. Now, I went to my coin dealer and this guy came in with these. They're obviously cleaned. The coin dealer gave him $7.50 a piece for these. And then I turned around and bought them. Made an offer and the guy took it. Made money. But $10. Man on the Moon. Yeah, he's a clown. Well, what he told me was the owner keeps all the silver that people come in and sell to him. $20 Man on the Moon 20th anniversary coin. Says it's silver. How much silver does it say is in it? 1/3 of an ounce. Look at the design. And it says it is 3/9 silver. Does have some toning over here. Bad. I don't know why. Maybe something about this holder. But it's generally worth 1/3 of an ounce of silver, and that's about it. Oh, he's not the clown. It's the owner's the clown. He just works there. You know, the owner said that price, not him. Okay, what? Oh, it's a proof. It says it's a 1954 proof Littleton coin. Those guys are something else. So put together something like this. 79.80. San Francisco, Philadelphia, and Denver. Susan B. Anthony coins. Has a little thing about the Eagles landed. Oh, damn, I got some dollar bills in here. I forgot I had these. Set this aside for me. Oh, sequentials. Pretty much uncirculated. 36 and 37. Those are kind of crispy. I probably need to be protecting them better than this. Oh, an empty plastic sleeve. I guess that's what they're going to go in. I can get it open. And not fold them up, getting them in there. That'll help protect the bills from circulation. All right, let's see what's next. Oh, these guys again. P40 Warhawk. And then this is the Battle of Britain. British Spitfire. Let's say they're $5 coins, but they're not worth $5. But whoever they had doing the engraving and making these, they made some nice looking coins. They're just not worth anything because they're copper nickel. Keep going. There ain't much more in this. D-Day. $5 coin with some stamps. Marshall Islands. Well, stamps don't look too bad. They're kind of cool, but it's like a complete scene, and then there's some. This ain't almost gold plated. but it ain't. I don't think it's gold-plated anyway. Just says brilliant uncirculated copper and nickel. And I got a few of these Babe Ruth stamp first day covers, Marshall Islands, Iwo Jima, another Iwo Jima one, moon landing, the 25th anniversary. Oh, sorry, blocking the light. Yeah, D-Day, couple different stamps. Where French? Is that a French? I wonder if them are French stamps. Probably are, but like I said, I don't know a whole lot about them. And then we got first day of flight, Kill Devil Hill, a couple different stamps. Bugs Bunny stamps. Never used, 32-cent stamps, 2 of them. And what's this little card? I think that's just a piece of cardboard. All right. We're almost through this box already. It didn't have a whole lot. Little book about the first men on the moon. Oh, tells the story. Inside story, they say. It's kind of neat, I guess. And then this book is about the moon landing, 25th anniversary. Talking about first aid stamp covers you could have got. And then a medallion for the Apollo 11 that you could buy from Fleetwood, but I never bought that. I don't know why I kept that so much, but go ahead and round all this stuff back up. A lot in this box. Hello, AG Stacker. How you 1776? How you doing? Displaying your sticker for trying to help you out some. Since I don't think you guys were on here earlier, I gotta show you this real quick. Legendary fighting ships of the United States Navy. These are proof style copper nickel coins. There's 8 of them in here, including the Enterprise aircraft carrier and the New Jersey battleship, Louisville. But all these things are made out of copper nickel. Whoever done the engraving for them did a good job. I mean, they're nice looking coins. They're just not worth anything. And what happened was, when they were selling them, they said, well, you can take these to the Marshall Islands and spend them as real cash. Because it says Marshall Islands in the back, says $5. You know, turns out someone tried to do it. They wouldn't accept them. They are cool, but they're just not worth anything. Louisville sub. Oh, Phillies lost the Cubs. It's funny. They were talking. Who was the Red Sox? Gave up an inside the park grand slam home run because the guy lost the ball and he gave up on the play. Didn't know where the ball went. And by the time the other guy got over there and grabbed the ball and threw it to home, he had already made it. So it turned out to be an inside the park grand slam. Funniest thing ever. At least I think it's funny. All right, last box of the bunch. This is a lot of them. One coins. More of these than I should have ever bought. Sorry about that noise. All these are the little covers that came with them. They were designed to hold the coins. Heavenly Angel, and it says something about it. And then here's the one I like a lot, the USS Missouri. That was a coin. The coins are in here. F-16 or F-100 Super Saber. Thought it was an F-16 at first. There's a bunch of them in here. That's the problem. You buy them and then they come through the mail, so it's like, why not? You don't have to do much effort. You just make out a check to pay for them, and then you get them. Set this down and pull out some of these to look at. There you go. The Discovery. And 1998, and Friendship 7, 1962. Not sure why they matched these two up for this, but they did. Let's see if we can sort this in some way where I can show you most of these. There's the USS Missouri one. I quite like that. Looks a lot like the New Jersey one in that other set. You can see the cannon barrels and the main cannon. If my eyes aren't deceiving me, it looks like they depicted it with only 2 barrels, unless that little nicks the 3rd barrel. And it is. Heck, that's kind of neat. I don't know whether you'll be able to see this. The end of them barrels has got little nicks in them to make it look like the hole for the barrels. That's kind of cool. P-80 Shooting Star. Let's see if we can find something in here. Commemorative to the heroes of Corregidor, raising the flag after winning the battle. This design on this is just real cool. I don't know how well you'll be able to see it because on a live stream it doesn't focus quite the way I want it to, but there, it's not too bad. And then it pops out right away. It doesn't want to stay in focus. Let's see. Steam engine, train. And that's the big boy. 4884. Big steam engine. Couple for the King, Elvis Presley. That's selling ship design brass coin. I have the gall to sell this for $10. The design looks cool though. The Santa Maria. Yeah, I know the Missouri, the New Jersey, the Iowa, and what's that other one? I'm having a brain fade. There was 4 of them. What was the other one? The New Jersey, the Iowa. Space Shuttle Columbia. 10-year anniversary of having it. Unfortunately, has a tragic ending for that. P-40 Warhog. The Battle of Britain. That's a Spitfire. Let's see. To the Heroes of Guadalcanal. And it shows a soldier in the foxhole, and then there's a ship out in the distance. I'm not really sure what one that is or what kind. Kind of looks like a battleship, but it's pretty small and it's hard to tell. Obvious man on the moon one. The lander and the astronauts, and then the Earth off in the distance. Like I said, the engraver who made some of these designs made some pretty cool looking designs. This is one for Vietnam helicopter, and then the guys down in the rice paddies and stuff. Lady Di. Boy, that doesn't that doesn't really look good, but it's hard to depict. There, F-16 Fighting Falcon. I knew I had one in here. Pretty impressive airplane. I've actually seen them take off. I have some videos I took of them taking off last summer. Columbia, 1996. Pearl Harbor. Soldiers, and I think they have at least one woman on here, nurse probably, WAC as they call them, Women's Armed Corps, and there's a brass one for the Vietnam War with the helicopter. And there's a lot of detail on that coin, the way they made it. All right, the Berlin Airlift. Interesting history there, showing the airplanes that we flew in supplies to Berlin during the Cold War. And there's Babe Ruth. That guy, I just wonder how many home runs he could hit if he actually was in shape. His training regiment was beer and hot dogs. There's a tornado. That's kind of neat. Like I said, a lot of these coins got cool designs. F-100 Super Saber. Shows it in the kind of like flying at a high altitude, gaining altitude as it's going. Dwight D. Eisenhower. Certainly looks like Ike. Guess that's. And Babe Ruth used to. All these came from A.G. Stacker. All these came from the Marshall Islands. They are not. They're made out of copper nickel. They said they were, $5 legal tender. You could go to the Marshall Islands and spin them. Turns out you can't. Someone tried and they wouldn't accept them. To the Battle of Midway. That's a dive bomber. And that's a Japanese aircraft carrier about to be partially blown to smithereens. Turned the tide of the battle. And after the war, we made a aircraft carrier called the Midway that's stayed in service for a long time. The Wright Brothers Flyer from Kitty Hawk. Fly at Kitty Hawk. All right, this is the same people. I don't think. The New Queensland Mint put this out. It's $5. I don't even know where I got this. Butt River Province, Queensland. It's a $5 coin about Desert Storm. Shows one of our, I think it's a Nighthawk or something. Black Hawk maybe. I can't remember what they call it. And then it shows jets and tanks and God we trust. Liberty. There's a ship on there too, a couple ships. And the jet looks, I'm not sure what it is. looking at it, it's kind of hard to tell what they were trying to depict. Germany United. You have the Marshall Islands first shuttle. Yeah, clad. Well, I don't think these are clad. They're copper nickel mix. I might have that one in here myself. Lost the whole rest of the thing. There ain't that many more of them in here to look at. And there's a To the Heroes of the War in the Pacific, 1945 to 1995 anniversary. There's the First Man on the Moon one, which is the first one they ever put out, I believe. And it is 20-year anniversary, 69 to 89. So that's what started these. Wasn't too long after that that the Desert Storm War was over, and they put out this kind of a bold eagle design on there. If I can get it to focus. Come on. Work with me. A nice detail. Nice looking coin, actually. Too bad it's not worth anything to speak of. This is the North Atlantic, showing what looks like a merchant ship being blown up by a sub, which means the heroes, the guys on the boat, getting blown up, not the guys in the sub. Christmas 1993, depicting Mother Mary for Halo and Baby Jesus. All right, the Mirage. That's a cool looking one too. Like I said, the guy that carved these dies to make these. He had some artistic skill. And there's another Christmas one from 1998. Shows an angel. And then this is To the Heroes of the Philippine War. Liberating. 1944. USS Constitution. Now there we go. Selling ship design. I like that. That looks good. They put out 1 ounce silver rounds of these that look like that. I'd probably want one. I wouldn't want to pay what these guys wanted for their 1 ounce rounds. This is To the Heroes of the Raid on Tokyo. And this is Doolittle. And these are B-25 Mitchells. They loaded up that aircraft carrier, which I think was the Hornet, with 18 of these, and they flew them. They were so far away they couldn't make it back, so they had to ditch at sea. I don't know how many of them were actually rescued. Let's see. Reaching for New Horizons. That's some kind of sail catamaran style boat. It's a nice looking design. We're down to the last few now. What is this? The Battle of the Bulge. Yeah. We stopped them. They needed to be stopped. What's this one? Peace. World War II's over. They made so many of these. I forgot how many of them they made. I kind of forgot how many I had. This To the Heroes of the War in the Pacific. Raising up the flag. Mount Surichi, another Pearl Harbor one. And this is D-Day, another D-Day one. And what do we got? 2 more. This one, the holder's not so good. It's about to fall out. It's Discovery, 1988. These guys were brave because the one right before it blew up and they were grounded for a long time, and then they said, we got it fixed. And I don't know about you, I would be wondering, do you really got it fixed? And then another 10-year Columbia one. Hello, Norse Taps coins. I'm going to start putting these back in here and go back to what I was talking about originally, since it looks like we got some different people here. I went to a pawn shop today. and they didn't have any silver for sale. And I knew previously that they'd said the owner was keeping all the silver, and I was just wondering if maybe he might have changed his mind and started selling it again. Well, I said, so, okay, you don't have any to sell. Well, what would you pay, if I wanted to come in and sell some quarters or something? And the guy said $2 to $3 is what he would pay for quarters. And I'm like, wow, that's a shocking offer to me. And then he said $5 he'd pay for $half-dollar coins. Well, that's shocking too. And then probably the most shocking, he said, and I quote, we would pay $12 for Morgans and 1 ounce silver coins. Let that sink in for a second. They would pay $12. It's a pawn shop, so they're not going to pay you probably what you would get elsewhere. Now, my regular coin dealer guy is more than fair. Guy brought these in, said he was from the VFW, and these come in, they're changed somehow, and he knew they weren't just, copper, nickel, 50 cent. He knew they were silver. So he took it to him. Excuse me. The guy said, I'll give you $7.50 a piece for them. Then I turned around and bought them off of the coin dealer. I paid more. I was going to buy 2 walkers like these for $10 each, And I said, I'll give you $9 each for these. And he said, okay. Partly because I want this for training purposes and teaching. You're looking at a coin that's been highly polished, shined up and stuff. It kind of ruins its value, but it gives me something to show if you don't know what a polished coin looks like and the difference. Your general circulated walkers are going to look like this one. Not very shiny. They're not going to be shiny like this. This means someone polished it. And unfortunately, if it was a better date and a low mintage one, they ruined the coin. But he did. He said, I'll give you $7.50 each for these, which is $2.50 higher than what the other guy was offering, and actually above the melt on these by a little bit, because I just looked and the melt was 6 something. 670, I want to say. So if he's offering $7.50, he's paying more than the melt for him, which seems fair to me. I mean, he's got to turn around and sell them for money and make money. The guy at the pawn shop's just being greedy, but the owner's keeping them, so it's like they're not reselling them to anybody. Keeping all the silver. Any silver that comes in, he said they're keeping it. So, but one way you can get your silver cheaper is to buy slicks. Standing Liberty. Got this and this dime for $5 total. Now the dime is, I got a better video. It's been, I don't know how well you'll be able to see it on this live stream. Oh, it's been, you can see it quite well, but it's a 1916, I think, or 17. Sorry. The date on the Standing Liberty's gone. It's type 2, so it's, wow. That's kind of expensive. A good 4, maybe? You mean a coin that ain't any better than this one? This one's a 37D, a little bit lower mintage year one. Under 2 million, I think. But I'd have to get the book out to look for sure. And then this one is 29S. That's dirty and stuff. But he wanted $24 for a 43 Walking Liberty half that was in G4. I bought some 40s walkers that not recently. They were $15 or $16 when I bought them, and they are, yeah, 48 face. Yeah, that's crazy. Yeah, I saw a nice looking 47 Walker today. It was uncirculated, had some toning on it. It was pretty nice. I mean, they wanted $33, which, but it's uncirculated, so it's a nicer coin. Yeah, your polished coins are going to look like this, and this isn't really natural. Now, a Benjamin Franklin proof is probably at least as shiny as this, but it won't look like this. This is just a weird look, but it's silver. I mean, it's the actual coin. I don't know how well you'll be able to hear the ping. But they're silver. I mean, they're the actual coin. It's just someone polished the hell out of them. Sometimes it's not easy to balance these. But I didn't think, I was going to buy two other walkers for $10, and I said I'll buy both these $9 a piece, and he said sure. He made a little bit of money. That's generally what he does, so he doesn't make shitload of money. But bought this from him a while back. It is a 21. It's got a big hole drilled in it. It's not a fake one. It tests out. I had it test on a Sigma, and it tested out properly. Got another one with a hole in it just the other day. It's an 1878. A little more desirable year. Not, but it does have a hole in it. But, and your old piece dollars. This is a 22. There's a nick on there. Something fierce. Oh, just fell off. Huh. Didn't notice that before. Must have got chipped somehow. Yeah, the 21 Morgan with the date ground off. 47p was a 25 $25 coin. You talking about the one you bought? Should be the $25 coin. You got it for 10. Well, you did well. Not everybody knows what they really have. Oh, but all these dollar coins are in my treasure chest challenge coins. None of them are real expensive. Of course, if you go online and try to buy from AppMix, what they call less than cold will be like this, in that these will be sold as less than cold because they're hole drilled them. They said that a lot of them are worn out real bad. Some of them are bent. Some might have holes in them. But I bought this one for $18 about 3 weeks ago or a month. I don't remember exactly when it was, but I was sitting there thinking, $18. It's got a hole in it. I don't care about that. $18. My only question is, would you buy it if you saw it at a coin shop for $18? Mind you, that if you try to buy one like this from AppMix, it's got a hole in it. You may get one with a hole, you may not. Their coil ones start at $26.99, and if you buy 500 of them, they'll knock $1 each off of them. So you can get them for $26 online. And if you buy 500, you get free shipping. That's one nice thing about it. But who wants 500 beat up Morgans? You guys would buy this for 18? Okay. Now, where's that piece dollar? I just had it. This one was in a belt buckle, I'm sure, or a money clip is glued in. This is 22. I bought it about 2 months ago, maybe. I paid $20 for it. Would you buy this for $20. If someone had this coin, or one similar to it, wouldn't be this one because I'm not selling it. That's one thing about this treasure chest. These coins in this stack, they're not getting sold. I'm keeping these. That's when I paid up a little bit, but the guy's been giving me some good deals on some other silver, so he told me he could actually put a leather thing on it and make a necklace out of it and sell it as jewelry and probably get $35 for it. I probably paid too much, but I said, I'm going to buy it anyway just because he picked it out and offered it to me. And I don't want to be impolite. And like I said, he gave me some good deals before. Like this came from him. It's a seated Liberty quarter. He sold it to me for $4. The date's gone. It's a slick. But I'd buy these for $4. $20 on a peace dollar you wouldn't buy. You know how much they offer peace dollars online for? To buy a peace dollar from APMEX or Money Metals, like this one, would be common date, not graded. They would probably want, I think they wanted, what'd they say, 32 or 33.49 or something obscene in my mind. But you wouldn't buy this peace dollar with a little bit of glue stuck on it for $20. Okay. To each his own. All right. Would you buy barbers like this for $11? I got them a few weeks ago. They're worn some, but keep in mind if these were uncirculated ones, this would be $2,000. Mint State, mint piece 2 Junes ago for $25. Yeah, well, the price of silver's went up since back then, but I don't know. You bought 2 peace dollars for $25. Well, I think you did pretty good then. But both of these, I looked them up in my online. 1902, it's an old mint. 1905 S. In Mint State 60, these are $1,000 coins. Suggested price. Oh, obviously these are worn out real bad, but $10 is about as cheap as anybody sells the totally worn out JFK 64D. I know it's a 64 because of where the mint mark is. On these is on the back, right down there. And after they made the 65, 66, and 67 Philadelphia ones, they started making Denver ones and San Francisco proofs and stuff. But the mint marks were on the front. So that's how I know this is a 64. Could only be a 64. When I bought it earlier in the year, this was $7. Yeah, you don't see them like this because they don't. What happened? Someone carried this for 30, 40 years probably, and they just got worn out. Funny thing about it is the rim ain't that worn out, so I'm wondering exactly how they carried it around. Maybe they kept it in their watch pocket on their jeans, just took it in and out, for 40, 50 years or whatever. Yeah. 1790 coins. If they were in mint state, I'd be set for life. Got that right. But yeah, almost every barber half dollar in the complete set, if they're mint state ones, they're $1,000 coins anymore. The reason being is almost none of these are in mint state. If mint state coins cost you more. Now, question, JFK here, $7 is what I paid for it. And it's for my treasure chest challenge thing. Just taking up space in the chest. I keep it out so it doesn't get worn even further. That's why I keep all these out. The other stuff's all in a big bag. Well, except for these and these that I haven't put in it yet. But these I might keep out just for training, teaching purposes. Keep them handy where I can get to them. Because you don't want, you go into a coin shop and they got one like this and they're trying to pass it off as good. You got an idiot for a coin, shop owner. Most of them will know it's polished and they'll tell you right up front it's cleaned, it's messed up. It's not going to be a valuable coin if they're honest about it. And I didn't buy them for that purpose. I bought them because I could get them for $9 and $half were cheapest ones there were 10. You had some GFKs. They all went out. I mean, this morning at the coin shop was a madhouse. I mean, I saw two different guys. They dropped over $2,000 between them. Another guy bought 400 something. A couple other guys bought so much. I don't even know what they ended up buying. They bought several loose Morgans, and all in all, I think they probably sold $4,000 or $5,000. You paid $1.90 for Merck's. I think he sold between $3,000 and $4,000 of silver coins today. And he could have sold more if the people that were there had more money, because he had about 10 Carson City dollars that were circulated between about $90 up to 120 for him. I almost wanted to get one, but I'm like, I already got an uncirculated one in a GSA box. I want nicer ones now if I'm going to buy more Carson City dollars. I mean, I'll buy one that's somewhat circulated, but it can't be, almost slick. I mean, Carson City dollars they're not cheap to begin with. But I've been on here for a little while and I showed off some stuff and went back on memory lane on some of this, because some of the stuff I ain't seen in ages. It was locked away in a box, tucked away somewhere where I couldn't get to it very easy. I decided I want to pull it out and see what's in here. A lot of it's junk that ain't going to ever be worth much, but some of it's interesting. Anyway, I think I'm going to go ahead and tell you guys to have a good night. And I'm going to set this up where if someone missed it, they can watch it. And we will see you next time. Have a good night.